with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coupes. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze. Freeze. Stop you in your tracks. There's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us.
And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the New York Giants. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, set. Check. 45 to Mike. And we're pretty quiet.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
30 base. I got one. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Hey, wahoo! Go.
Now Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. Room here to run. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
22-jet bomber. 22-jet bomber. Roll out. Hey, Delta.
Now Jones on 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
After the sack on 1st down, Jones. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Operating from the gun, Jones. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First down, Seattle.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Gilbert. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They run it with Carson. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 45-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Gilbert, the first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 41-yard line.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? On 2nd and a couple, Gilbert, and that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape, and that is not going to get it done. And his kick is absolutely perfect. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This one a little slow to get cooking, just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. Now Jones, and that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 34 yards there and a first down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Jones now from the gun, he'll throw. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Chris Godwin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants have taken the lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. On first down, Gilbert. An incomplete, crisis averted, almost picked. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
This is Carson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Off the bootleg, Gilbert. And he's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. On 3rd down, Gilbert. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 34-yard line.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
From the 31, Gilbert. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
45. Mike, 45. I'm here all day. Protein spill. Kill.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed.
Check.
They run. This is Scarborough. A big play there for the Giants. Give him 52 yards on the ground. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Saquon Barkley running right. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh.
Jones to throw on 3rd down. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A carry for Foreman. Oh, he's trying to plow ahead, but I don't think he got there. He did it. That's a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Here's Jones throwing on first down. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Hey, check. 3 down. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Ready?
Throwing Jones to the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Well, they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Well, indeed, try to run it out as they start on the ground. It'll be a gain of 18 on the play, and it'll make it a second down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On 2nd and 2, Gilbert is going to float this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Carson. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Gilbert, a battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked by Trayvon Mullen, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They begin with a run by Barkley. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Barkley. Oh, a good move at the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And between the last 2 plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field.
Ready. 10 Lobo. Come on, D. Joker. Check 26, check 26. Down, Jackrabbit, come on. Go.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind. Because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. that doesn't happen, it looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out there? And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
They're running it. Under 10, under 10, 10. 54 is Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, check, watch 54, watch 54.
Throwing to start the drive. Jones, that's complete to his receiver, Godwin. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 1st down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
Recon, 152 fighter.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now Jones on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On 2nd and 10, Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley. He's got good size. We know he's tough to bring down running the ball. That also carries over to the passing game like we saw there.
And at his size, how'd you like to try and stop him on that angle route? Him come out of the backfield, breaking sharply, catching the football. It's going to take a lot more than one guy, most likely, to bring him down. That was a nice game.
3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup. Now they'll run it with Scarborough. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2. At the Seahawks.
On 2nd and a couple, Jones. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped a double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
22 jet bombers, 22 jet bombers. Hard, hard. Now.
On 4th down, Jones. He'll let this go for the... And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that kind of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return. Turn this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Gilbert. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan and especially the execution.
He lets it fly for Lockett. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards, good for a Giant 1st down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. 10 yards, good for a Giant 1st down.
50 points.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Break. 54, right there. 54, Mike. All day, dog. Kill, turn up. Kill, turn up.
They go jet sweep. This is Taylor, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
At the 39-yard line.
Set, ready, 30 base. Know your job. 61, matchbox light. Safety creeping. Safety's look at me. Door. Go.
Looking to throw. Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. 30. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett. An even 90 yards. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit.
You got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late. That they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right?
Now the ball comes loose, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones being chased out left. He'll try and run it, and he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 2. Again, it's Barkley. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. On the run, it's Barkley. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. You can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to, because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Off play action. Gilbert. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Throwing on 1st down. Gilbert. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Back to the air on 2nd down. Gilbert. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And they open the lead up now to 25. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Troy Apke. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Catch made, it's Moreau. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
We got double. Hey, Sam off.
Jones now off the play fake. Open man has got one. It's complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.